Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam and this is a Bluebird Hydrangea. Bluebird Hydrangea is a Hydrangea serrata. It's very similar to the Hydrangea macrophylla, but some people call these mountain hydrangeas. Beautiful, beautiful plants. Tend to stay a little bit lower growing than the Hydrangea macrophylla. This one I could probably keep around 2 feet. I had one at the nursery planted where we were doing cuttings, and it ended up about 4 by 4 over a very long period of time. I really never pruned on it at all. This one's just waking up, so you see a lot of this part up at the top where the new growth always starts from the kind of the interior where it's warmer and works its way up through the plant. These are very cold hardy, probably hardy in zone 5 and all the way down to zone 9. Definitely a part shade plant. Most of these big leaf hydrangeas are definitely shade plants. You can get a lot of morning sun on them in the morning, and you can put a lot of sun on them late in the afternoon. They don't tolerate a lot of midday sun. I've got a perfect space over here that's kind of filtered sun most of the day, kind of in and out of the sun. I think that's kind of ideal for it. If you have a part shade foundation, great foundation plant. Like I say, it's kind of the perfect height really to be a foundation plant. But typically most people are going to use them along the edge of wooded spaces, or as I'm doing over here, along a fence and some screening plants that are behind it. And that perfect in and out of sun all day long should be just the thing that this thing needs. I've got planting instructions on my YouTube channel for planting in clay soils or sandy soils. Not a lot to worry about on these really. I do leave them a little bit elevated. I don't cover anything that's not covered when I plant it. I've got clay soils in my yard, so I use pine bark soil conditioner. If you had very sandy soils, you may want to add a little peat or compost, something that would hold a little water in place. Hydrangeas are funny. They wilt in the afternoon during the heat of the summer. If you're in an area where you're getting consistent 90s in the afternoon, a lot of times you'll come home in the evening and they'll be wilted. You really need to check and see if they need water before you water them. I think a lot of people tend to end up over watering them because they think that little bit of afternoon wilt is it screaming for water. But as soon as the sun goes down frequently, they just spring right back up. No problem at all. So again, if you see it wilting, do check it. Go over, scratch the soil, a couple inches down near the base of it. And if it needs water, drown the space around it, but then let it dry out between rains and watering. And don't fret about that afternoon wilting. Don't let that drive you crazy enough to water it every day, because you will kill it. It's best to prune Hydrangea macrophylla and Hydrangea serrata like this one only after they bloom. You cannot prune these in the fall or winter, or you will be pruning flowers off. One of the hardest things to know about hydrangeas, there are hydrangeas you can prune in the winter time and that bloom on new growth. This is not one of them. Any of the big leaf hydrangeas that need shade, they're all ones that you're going to prune after they flower only. That's your one big chance to do it. You can do a little bit of cleanup in the winter if something is obviously dead at the top of it. You can take that kind of stuff out of it, but any general pruning you do on it, if you do it in the wintertime, you're definitely cutting flowers off. I fertilize all my shrubs in the late winter or early spring. I have acid soil in my yard. Almost certainly this thing is going to be blue in my yard. The flowers are going to be blue. If you have alkaline soils, which this plant will grow in, the flowers are going to be pink. You can manipulate them back and forth. It's a little harder to go from blue to pink, but you can move from pink to blue, and you can get a soil acidifier for that, or you can use Holly-tone to fertilize them each time, and that may help over time to change the color more toward blue. Or even I've seen these almost purple before, where the soil was very, very acid and there was enough aluminum present to do that. So I got it planted, and I wanted to show you how much I leave this up. It's about 1.5 inches. I'll come back around with my pine straw here and cover that up, but I won't cover anything that wasn't covered in the container. Hydrangeas don't get a whole lot of pest. They're definitely not deer resistant. Deer do love these big leaf hydrangeas, but they typically don't get a whole lot of pest at all in the landscape. This will start budding up in early May, and by June have flowers on it. The Bluebird Hydrangea that I had for 15 years at the nursery that I told you was about 4 by 4, it pretty much had color on it from early to mid-June until fall every year. It always had at least 1 or 2 flower clusters on it. Really a big time performer. That's why I wanted one in my yard. So Thank you very much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos. Thanks for watching.